Hi friends, and welcome back to the Baseball Card Illustrated channel, and this is a special Through the Mail Thursday Thanksgiving Extravaganza. Autographs, all kinds of fun. Batten down the hatches and heading your way on location from lovely San Diego, California. Pete O'Brien was the franchise player for the Seattle Mariners, at least in theory. A new ownership group bought the M's in late 1989, and OB was the first free agent the team signed. His deal was for $7.6 million over 4 years. For what it's worth, Seattle's entire payroll the previous year, $7.6 million. That was quite a significant accomplishment for the youngest of 7 O'Brien children. The first baseman was undrafted coming out of high school, and he wasn't even offered a scholarship. He started at Monterey Peninsula College before transferring to the University of Nebraska. He was then drafted by Texas in the 1979 draft in the 15th round. The left-handed batter hit .273 with 161 doubles and 114 homers in 7 years with the Rangers before being traded from former California Governor Jerry Brown and Otomi McDowell, traded with, I should say, for the ageless Julio Franco, who just wrapped up his age 63 season in 2020, batting .293 in the California Penal League. In all, O'Brien hit 1,421 hits with 169 homers in a career spent with Cleveland, Seattle, and Texas. This is a one-take special because I have next in pool. And speaking of pool, that brings us to Luis Alicea, who has absolutely nothing to do with the game. But he did manage the Lowell Spinners and Greenville Drive, in addition to playing in the big leagues and having the cool Chris Berman nickname Luis Alicea in Wonderland. The veteran of 1,341 Major League games split between Kansas City, Texas, Anaheim, St. Louis, Boston, and Albuquerque, just checking to see if you're still with me, the infielder collected 1,031 career hits. Alicea's first career hit was a triple off Roger McDowell on April 23, 1988. He went on to bat just .212 in 93 games that year and did not return to the show until 1991. He would go on to enjoy 13 big league seasons. After hanging up his spikes, Alicea went into coaching. In addition to his minor league managerial experience, he coached first base for the Red Sox and Mets. He was also solids in a game of pool that I'm about to play. Right-handed pitcher Mickey Weston earned 1 major league victory and notched 1 save in a career that lasted 23 appearances spread over 5 seasons with 4 organizations. He also played 2 games of 8-ball and 1 game of 9-ball. The save came first as he worked 3 scoreless innings of relief in his big league debut. He closed out a 4-2 win for Baltimore over the Oakland A's on June 18, 1989. His win came 2 days later when he came on in early relief of Jeff Ballard and gave up just 1 run over 4 frames as the O's defeated Seattle 8-6. The starting pitcher for the Mariners that day? A lanky left-hander named Randy Johnson, who is making just his 5th start for the Mariners. I wonder whatever happened to that guy. I heard he had some control problems. Kind of hope he figured some things out there. As for Weston, he would pitch for Baltimore, the New York Mets, Philadelphia, and Toronto. These days, he ministers to youth through baseball and is the Chicago White Sox team chaplain. The always trustworthy information superstore known as Wikipedia suggests that Les Lancaster and fellow reliever Mitch Williams helped lead the Chicago Cubs to a surprise NL East division title in 1989. Tony Black might argue that Mark Grace, Ryan Sandberg, and Andre Dawson, not to mention a rotation of Maddox, Sutcliffe, and Bielecki, played a role, along with our friend Sean Dunston, but Wikipedia has spoken, and therefore it's gospel. Seriously though, Lancaster was sensational that year, going 4-2 with 8 saves while posting a minuscule 1.36 earned run average. The right-handed reliever pitched 7 years in the big leagues, also working for Detroit and the St. Louis Cardinals. He finished with a record of 34 wins and 23 losses, and added 22 saves with an ERA of 4.05. He also likes pumpkin pie. We all know that Wade Boggs is one of the best hitters to ever play baseball, but what you may not have known is that pro wrestler Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig saved Boggs' life. The lifelong friends were hunting, and Boggs severely cut his leg climbing over a broken barbed wire fence. Hennig carried Boggs to get help, saving his life. Boggs later inducted heading into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2007. On the field, the superstitious third baseman recorded 3,010 career hits, finishing with a career average of .328. He has a career WAR of 91.4, despite hitting just 118 home runs. However, he hit at least 40 doubles 8 times in his 11th season with the Red Sox. In addition to Boston, Boggs also played for that New York team, winning a World Series with the Yankees in 1996, as well as Tampa Bay. In a somewhat controversial move, Boggs was inducted into the Hall of Fame with a Tampa Bay cap on his plaque. While the Hall has since changed its practice of allowing players to make that decision, there is no questioning Boggs is among the greatest players in the history of the sport. Thank you for watching this edition of Through the Mail Thursday, a Thanksgiving Extravaganza, all in one take. It's time for me to play a game of pool, watch some football, and eat some turkey. Thanks to Pete OBrien, Luis Alicea in Wonderland, Mickey Weston, Les Pumpkin Pie Loving Lancaster, and Wade Boggs for this bounty of autographs. On behalf of Kevin, the Diamond King, I'm Bronko, the PSA 11, wishing you and your family a very happy Thanksgiving. So long, everybody. You've been watching the Baseball Card Illustrated channel.